the Huns. We must get down to business. We have another season to sim here with our beautiful boys, the Seattle Kraken. Again, this is what the team looks like now heading into this stage. Heading into this stage of this series. This team is stupid. Very, very stupid. And again, we have, for the most part, only signed players through the trade finder or free agency. It's pretty ridiculous. Please say codes are over. Oh, they're over. You can duck. You can duck. Code time is over. But yeah, this team is gross, man. Sutton, Wright, and Gensel. It's a +5 if you can actually manage to read that. We ended up getting Ellie Tolvanen because he was cheap as hell, so why not? Prediction for the Kraken chance in real life. So it's a good thing you mentioned that, because you can check out the Toogies Take podcast where we did a complete breakdown of the NHL's Pacific Division. Check it out. You might enjoy it. But yeah, this team is gross, man. This team is gross, and I'm excited to see what we can do here. Shout out to Jake Muzzin. I mean, at this point, he's 35, so an 81 might be accurate, but good lord. Is he underrated? And then we ended up with Connor Hellebuck as a free agent because LOL. Like, this team is either going to be tragically bad for no reason whatsoever, or we're actually going to do pretty damn good. I don't really know the answer. So, I have to pimp out the podcast on that because I might have a hot take about the Kraken. That's my hint. That is my hint about the Kraken. I am so excited, though, for their first ever game. So excited. All right, let's do this. Through the month of November. I forget where we moved Tuukka, to be honest. Totally forgot, but we did decide to move on from him to make room for Tolvanen. How many people followed you? I have no idea, but we are closer to 13,000. I'll be able to tell you by the end of the stream when the metrics come in. So, as Tarasenko gets hurt, it sounds about right for him. Sounds about right. 15-2-1, by the way. Axel Anderson also gets hurt. Thoughts on the Oilers? I am horrified for Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl because I do not know.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It's not that much damage, really, Phil. It's not. Could be a lot worse.
That is a lot of damage from Deeds. 25 gets a code, pays the man. You'll love to see it. And we're not still on lockdown, right? Deeds, thank you for the 25, buddy. Enjoy the game. Again, cool as shit that that was able to happen. Are some of the Toogies Take podcasts only on YouTube? No, everything is up on Spotify, Apple, Google, and YouTube. John, if you listen on one of the 3 apps I just mentioned, check out the description of the YouTube video. It has the links to everything for the podcast. So, God, we are 17-3-1. Endo soon. Soon. Goodness gracious, this team. And again, an injury to Tarasenko means Akil Thomas comes into the lineup. And on defense, it was Jared McIsaac. It was not all that bad. Goalie-wise, Hellebuck has a 917. Hunter Jones has a 914. To look at the points, Brandstrom, 16 points in 21 games. Pretty damn good. We were a little bit concerned about his offense. John, it should be up there. Again, there, John, the feeds changed for Spotify. The feeds did change. So keep that in mind. If you're on the old feed for the show, again, unfortunately, I have to have a new feed for it. So keep an eye out for that. Again, definitely go to the, either the link right there that you see from Endo for Spotify, or whatever else. But yeah, all the episodes are up there. It's got a new, and here, I'll actually show you. It's got the new dealio. Like, when you click on it, it looks like this now. It's very blue, and it has my name, and it's great. All right. 7 points and a plus 19 for Eric Chernak. Good lord. Alexiak has 35 penalty minutes in 21 games. Love to see that. 8 points for Adam Larson. 3 for Jake Muzzin, and of course we saw McIsaac. For the forwards, Sutton has 25 points in 21 games. Shane Wright with 21 and 21, only 5 goals. And Jake Gensel, who we held on to, 27 points. Tolvanen with 16. Matthew Tkachuk doing well. Yamamoto with 18 points. Bergeron still with 16 in 21 games. Eberle only has 4. Don't know what the long-term future is for Jordan Eberle. He's really struggling there. Douglas has 11 points. Schnarr with 9. Tom Wilson there. This could be a good opportunity to move out Jordan Eberle. And indeed. So Big Mac, the funny thing is, we had a +5 on our first and second lines in the playoffs last year. We did not win the cup. We did not, because franchise mode giveth, and franchise mode taketh. But here we go, let's move on here. Knowing that we might get rid of Jordan Eberle, it could present some opportunities here. Honestly, we're going to give an extended chance to Akil Thomas. Big chance for him to prove himself. Big chance for him to prove himself here. Jordan Eberle could be in trouble in terms of sticking around on this team. But this team is disgusting good. So good. Let's get McIsaac out of there for Axel Anderson, who's been pretty good so far. Pretty good indeed. Pretty good indeed. Let's march on, man. Let us march. Let us march indeed. So 27-7-1. Certainly a President's Trophy pace. As ridiculous as that is, but then again, this team is that good. Hellebuck only has a 908, but he's got 21 wins in 29 games. Hunter Jones is doing great. It's almost as if Hellebuck has to struggle because the rest of the team is so stacked, you know? It's like that has to be the case. Steve, what's going on, man? On the defensive side, Brandstrom, 32 points. He's been amazing with Chernak. +39 and a +38. Alexiak looking okay. The penalty minutes slowed down a little bit there. Larson, struggling in terms of plus-minus. A little bit. Muzzin looking good. Anderson still looking good, only 1 point. Sutton is a beast. Shane Wright is a beast. Gensel's great. Tolvanen's great. Tkachuk is great. Yamamoto's great. Akil Thomas is not. We're going to bump up Tom Wilson to that third line. I do like Schnarr, Douglas, and Wilson as a line. This right here is Jordan Eberle's chance to figure it out. Or Jordan Eberle is going to have to go. As much as I hate to say it. He's got to figure it out. Most amount of cups you've won in a row in franchise. I'm not sure. When did you acquire Tom Wilson? Trade deadline of last year. I don't know how many cups they have. Probably like 3. I imagine 3 would be the cap. If not 2, and then like winning it, 3 out of 4 years. Something like that. I imagine it would have to be like that. I would imagine. And then Tom Wilson immediately gets hurt. You'll love to see it. Eric Chernak gets hurt. Tom Wilson's healthy. Seattle draft to glory? That would make some sense.
Taste
Get
the
him out of here.
biscuit.
Andy Hutchins.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
That's sweet. Beautiful. Lovely Prime sub. And Chris, good morning to you. Andy, thank you very much for the Prime, man. Greatly appreciated. I didn't say anything like you start with 5 in a row. Some people do have all the luck, huh? Goddamn. Let's get McIsaac out of there. Get Chernak back in. Samuelson. All right, we're starting to pick up injuries here in the minors as well. Damn. Damn. Let's see, we got Kapari. This team is still so gross. So gross. 34, 10-4. 72 points already. Will roster and be available. The target for them is sometime in early December. That is all they have said specifically. Goodness. Also, Reds, check your whispers. All right, Jake Gensel, 56 points in 48 games. Fantastic. As a largely non-franchise player at this point in my life, do you have a preference on this versus Madden versus F1? Ooh. They're so different. They're so different. I adore F1 for the gameplay. I adore Madden for the player development in franchise. And then NHL is so, like, franchise mode's all around good. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize how good this franchise mode is. God, they're all so different. If you ask me, like, hey, what game would you play? Like, you actually doing anything gameplay related, it would be F1. F1's so fun, man. So fun. I feel like Sutton's crushing it, Wright's crushing it. I mean, all of our top guys, you know, I can kind of breeze through their stat lines because we know they're doing well. I feel like that line's doing a little bit better with Tom Wilson there. You could argue, man, is Tarasenko worth having? But he's a rental. And Jordan Eberle is struggling. Struggling. Line Chem, yeah. They brought back Line Chem a couple years ago, thankfully. How the fuck are the Nordiques not a play-by-play name? I have no idea. That's a very, very good question. That's a very good question indeed. All right. Let's take a look around here. All right, Reds, awesome. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Actually, go to Find a Trade again. Again, I've enjoyed using Find a Trade for the vast majority of our deals. I need really an ideal third line winger. Like, Eberle's not working. Akil Thomas didn't work. Wenberg's a rental. Got Burakovsky and Blake Wheeler on Buffalo. Along with Tyler Toffoli, Jonathan Drouin. Hey, look, Jeff Skinner still has 3 years left. My God. I don't know how well these guys are going to fit in with our lines, though. Blake Wheeler could work, though, because Blake Wheeler's on an expiring deal as a veteran. Blake Wheeler. Let's remember that name from the Sabres here. Let us remember that name. ZA still do day one patches. I don't know if they'll specifically have a day one patch. I cannot say with certainty. I hope they do for certain things regarding this game. Garrett Spurgeon's out there again. Roman Josi. 4 years left, though, on that deal. Oof. There's also Granlund. Gail Granlund. I think I'd rather go with Wheeler, but Granlund's not that bad. Stetcher, Slavkovsky, Batherson. I think Blake Wheeler's our guy. If I ever tried to spell Leonard Skinner, shit's hard as hell. No, because that's my dad's favorite band of all time. So, we're good. It's never been much of a problem. Oh, goodness. All right, I think we have our guy. Ooh, John Klingberg. Ooh, John Klingberg is a rental. John Klingberg as a rental. Kuzi and Marchessault are out there too, as is Kubalik and Oshie. Dude, look at Washington. They are blowing it up. Really blowing it up. Kuzi, Marchessault. Damn, dude. Malkin and Kessel, Andrew Kopp also available from Winnipeg. Alright, so maybe Blake Wheeler isn't the guy. But he's having a phenomenal season with the Sabres. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to trust my gut on this one. See if there's a deal that we can get done involving Blake Wheeler. I would love to use Akil Thomas. I hate to say that his... Wow, Tarasenko's value is in the toilets. But Eberle and Thomas. Buffalo would have too many skaters. Anybody else on an expiring deal? Ross Colton. Take him for the AHL. And also, of course, if we can get them to retain salary, so I can maybe somehow possibly figure out a way to also get John Klingberg, as impossible as that seems. But you never know. So defensively, Kasparaitis is getting better. You could argue move on from Axel Anderson to be able to bring in Kasparaitis now. Although maybe we don't want to mess with too much of a good thing. We also use Kapari. Actually,
For those about to score, I
rough
salute
ace
you.
boy. Thank you for the 33 on a tier 2. You'll love to see it. Could you slow it down just a little? Did you get to that video finally? Oh boy. All right. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hold off. We're going to hold off on any potential move right now until we're closer to the deadline. With the exception of Akil Thomas, who I want to move on from right now to maximize his value, whatever it may be. And a third and a fourth from Boston. Or 2/3 from the likes of Dallas or Florida. Seems to be the going rate. Is anyone thinking a second? Apparently not. So we'll go back and take that Florida deal. Send Thomas to an Eastern Conference team. Hate to move on from Akil, but I need to do it so that we can call up somebody else to give them an opportunity. Did the Bolts have a second round pickup and I completely missed it? Well, shit. Whoops! That is the most me thing. There were 45 offers and Tampa were at the end. It's fine. At least we still... It was probably like, what, a second and a seventh? Something like that. Damn it. Hey, it could have gone worse, but it certainly could have gone better, apparently. Alright, we need to call up somebody else. And give somebody else a chance. It could be Kupari. It could be Jaman Rubtsov. It could be Jack Dugan again. The Hacksaw, as we'll call him. It was a second and a fourth. 2/3 or a second and a fourth then. I'd prefer to send Wilson back down to the fourth line, so I need a playmaker. I need a playmaker. That man is going to be Jack Dugan. Chance of a lifetime, Jackie. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Also get rid of that minus, please. Thank you. So we get Wilson back down on the fourth line because he's done great there. We get Jack where he needs to be with Bergeron and Tarasenko. And he can at least be a fill-in player here. Just to see what the record book looks like after this year, we can definitely check that. For sure. For sure. And hell, we can check it right now, but I'll remind me at the end of the season. But we can definitely do that. Definitely, definitely. I mean, again, there are a lot of players available. The problem is, I'm kind of waiting as Hunter Jones gets hurt. I'm kind of waiting to see if Vladimir Tarasenko can wake up. You could argue having him for the playoffs is the best way to go, but if he can't wake up, it might just be for the best to move on from both he and Eberle. Free up a lot of cap space to make a big move. We are at 41-13-5. Top team in the division by 9 points. Hellebuck has a 9-19. Hunter Jones a 9-23. Rod Reagan 8-26 in his one game, but I think we're okay. I want to let you know I'm excited Dawson Mercer made it out of camp. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? The fact that so many young players made the team out of camp this year? It's nuts. Nighthawk, take it easy, by the way, dude. We'll catch you later. But there are so many young guys that actually made the team out of camp. Injury slider, I believe it's at a 15? Like, Eklund making the team isn't overly surprising, admittedly. But, dude, there were some surprises. I mean, maybe Lucas Raymond making the squad wasn't the most surprising thing in the world, but you would almost think that Yzerman would be like, a little bit more seasoning, you know? But no, like this, it's going to be very interesting. Sillinger and Chinnikov for Columbus is very surprising. They're like, yeah, screw it, have fun. Instead of, just being like, yeah, we're going to suck. McTavish for the Ducks, same thing. All right, Alexiak and Larson does not work as a pairing. The problem is Muzzin and Anderson are phenomenal. I hate to say it, this might be the time to move on from Alexiak as well. I love him. I have his jersey on the wall. But he and Larson aren't working. And the only way to make it work is to break up two great combinations. So there's a chance that Jamie Alexiak is gone. Tarasenko still has just 19 points on the year. Dugan does have 9 assists in 11 games, though. So it makes me think maybe they've woken up just a little bit on that third line. So maybe we do keep Tarasenko. We are very close to the trade deadline here. Again, let's kind of take a look at who's out there. Actually, you know what? Better yet, let's just go. Let's just go to the deadline, man. Let's do it. It's about a week away. We play the Rangers, and we win 2-1. The Colorado Avalanche, as the Ducks fire their head coach, and the Avs, we beat them 4-2. Tampa, we lose 8-4. Our final game before the deadline is against Vancouver. And who the hell knows what happens, because we are at the deadline. Top player available is Mitch Marner. John Tavares is also available, as is Andrew Mangiapane, Nikolai Ehlers, Christian Dvorak. Holy crap. Is it possible that we bring in Mitch Marner as a rental? Hello, Mr. Webster. I am phenomenal. How are you? I would have to give up so much, as Chicago's made a deal. Chris Tierney to the Avs for a first. Good lord. I would have to give up so much just to get Mitch Marner. I don't have the value. I don't. I would have to kind of gut this team. We'd certainly have to give up Holden, which I'm not willing to do. Mitch Marner, do you want to lose in round one? Ouch. We'd have to give up so much of our young core. So much. I can't afford Mitch Marner. Flat out. Flat out, I can't do it. He is way too expensive. John Tavares is there, though, with lesser value, as is Andrew Mangiapane. And Mangiapane, his value and only one overall point weaker is pretty good, as Calgary hasn't dealt him yet. What would the interest be for Tavares? Then we're going to check Mangiapane. Hellebuck, Chernak, Schnarr, Chernak, Facet, Anderson, Holden, Chernak, Kapari. Chernak. I can't give up Chernak. What are they? Oh, shit. Tried to double tap over to Mangiapane. Yamamoto, Alexiak in a second. Chernak in 2/3. Wilson, Anderson in the second. Eli Tolvanen straight up for 2 firsts. Okay. If I take out Yamamoto, I'm all right with giving up Alexiak because I want a better defender who will work better with Larson, despite me loving Alexiak. The second rounder's fine. It's not Yamamoto, though, I'm looking to give up. No thanks. You could argue Tom Wilson. You could. Jack Dugan's value is through the roof. He has 10 points in 15 games. His value has skyrocketed. Dugan, Alexiak in a second. For Andrew Mangiapane as a rental. And we'll have them retain salary. Now, the argument is that, hey, why get Mangiapane when Jack Dugan's doing the job for you, though, you know? Like, he is doing really well. And he'd be cheaper to re-sign. Who cares about OVR if the guy's getting it done, right? Damn. Maybe we keep him. This is completely turned on its head here. It has. We really got to think about this. I think we keep Dugan. Tarasenko is down to an 83. But there's no doubt his stat line is better now that he's with Dugan and Bergeron than it was. I would like to move on from Jordan Eberle because he's not happy as a healthy scratch, and we have him for an extra year. All right, I think we have a game plan. It looks like Tarasenko has been a little bit better as of late, so I think we maybe keep him, but we add Jordan Eberle and Jamie Alexiak. Mahora, Larson, Merrill. Man, Anaheim is interested. Chris Tanev a 3rd and a 4th. That's not a bad idea. The idea of getting Chris Tanev. And then, yeah, I'd probably rather have a 4th than have Sheelington. Phil Myers a 3rd and Zach Aston Reese. How good is Phil Myers compared to Tanev at this stage, you know? Third, 4th, and Tanev. Myers a 3rd and Aston Reese. How good is Phil Myers? That's a morale crisis, though. He's actually a top 4 defender. It says he fits in well on the second line as well. I think I'm going for it. If I can get them to retain salary, I think we got to go for it. Myers as a rental. Get Aston Reese as a rental. We move on from Eberle and Alexiak's deals here. Will this go through? Yes, it will. So a deal done with Nashville. I didn't want to move on from Alexiak, but he's not working well with Larson. So now it's Brandstrom, Chernak, and Myers is actually an 84. That defense should be set. With Phil oh my god, did Toronto do it? Nope, they traded Andre Kasha. And then forward wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I mean Douglas is in, Schnarr and Dugan. Aston Reese is also there. We do have good depth. The defense is solid. I mean, Axel Anderson might not be the most ideal, but he and Muzzin work very, very well together. And then again, Chernak and Brandstrom are both plus 51, for God's sakes. I think we're good. I think we're good, man. Like, there are other players we could explore the possibility of getting, but is it worth it? You know? Like, Marner would be Brandstrom, Yamamoto, Anderson, and Kapari. Like, no. And Toronto's making deals to get guys while they're still trying to sell some of their top players. Yamamoto Anderson in the third. Chernak in 2/3. Tom Wilson a first and a third. 2 firsts. Holden in a third. Yeah, none of those. None of those, man. Playing the SHL tonight. Terry, absolutely not. Maybe later, but unlikely. And Ehlers is still a little bit much. Dvorak's gone. Kosh is gone. You got Monahan and Allmark. Yep, Terry heard it right. Hey, Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall is on the block. Sweet, beautiful Taylor Hall. A second McIsaac and Semyonov. I think we're good, man. I think we're good. There's no doubt we could get higher rated players than what we have, but that doesn't necessarily translate to success as we know. Like that top line, the top 6 is set. And Bergeron, Wilson, Tarasenko is likely the third line. Well, actually, no, it's going to be Bergeron, Tarasenko, Dugan. The Goon! 2 months! Beautiful. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Codes? No codes. Come on now. Fourth line of Wilson, Schnarr, and Douglas and an Aston Reese. I think we're okay. We should be. At least. And then again, backup-wise, Hunter Jones has been solid. I think this is the one time where we stick by our guys here. I think we do it. I think we're good. It might end up being a mistake. But it's just the idea of like, okay, yes, we can improve the team. But by how much? I'm going to back out of the deadline there. We made our big deal. Also, Logan Stanley is on waivers. We'll definitely claim him. Shout out to the Buffalo Sabres, by the way, IRL, for not acquiring Alex Beret-Boulet. Horrible, horrible decision by the Buffalo Sabres. But Sabres fans are used to seeing that. So, hey, what's different? So looking at this team then after the deadline. Goaltending is good. It's phenomenal, really. The defense is good. And Phil Myers should fit in very well. And then here we have 10, 11, 12. It was an overtime when it gets takeover. Thank you. I forgot all about it. And we got Aston Reese as the scratch. Guys like Kapari in the system. So we'll go Schnarr, Douglas, Wilson. Dugan with Bergeron and Tarasenko. Tolvin and Kachuk, Yamamoto, just like we had it. And then the defense. It's Brandstrom, Chernak. Muzzin with Axel Anderson. And Phil Myers with Adam Larson. It's not bad. Hellebuck in goal, like for the love of God. Like, we've almost stopped memeing with this team, and it's more of a try-hard effort at this stage. And you just hope it's enough. You just hope it's enough. But our biggest deadline acquisition might have been Jack Dugan, an internal addition up from the AHL.